is Interactive is brought to you by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Right, so time for Joining Us Interactive, and Aisha Ibrahim is here with with her dress of many colors.
Well, welcome back. It's time to get all your gadgets out and let's get interactive, because this is your most interactive segment on Joy News Prime. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Find us at Joy News on TV. Send your messages and we'll read them in real time. Now, the WhatsApp number is 0560-800,000. Don't forget, the segment is brought to you by Airtel, the network which offers you more talk, longer text, and more internet browsing. Dial *202# to enjoy. More controversies, I have told you already, are being generated as two key ministries reveal they were not part of consultations which led to the transfer of two terror suspects from Guantanamo Bay. One Foreign Affairs Minister Hannah Tete says she was involved in only part of the deal regarding the transfer of the two detainees, and that at a point it became a national security issue and so she was excluded. But the Interior Minister Makoyongo, who oversees the national security, has also told Joy News he wasn't part of this conversation at all. He, however, says that the two are in the country already and therefore there is special surveillance plans for them. Let's see what you have been saying about the issue on Facebook and WhatsApp.
Ghana.
Right, so that was a mix-up there. We're going on to Facebook. And so there are two stories we've posted. This one has to do with what the Foreign Minister Hannah Tete has had to say. And Sam Ako says, you're a joke. A whole Foreign Affairs Minister telling Ghanaians that you were sidelined in such an important international security issue. Madam, you should resign and save the little dignity you have left. So who actually negotiated this grubby deal? Anthony says, telling us you and the entire government had no knowledge of the leaked US document is far the reason why we are a democratic nation with parliament. Okay, and if the whole country was probably involved, we could have avoided this silly and lazy excuse of putting the whole nation in harm's way. God have mercy on this deceitful leader. Shame on you all. Kweku says, from all directions, from how this discussion is going, there is only one truth, and the truth is these leaders are telling lies, trying to deny who is involved, and no one knowing what went on. I think these leaders need to be accessed. We're not quite sure. Nana also says they were foot soldiers and are not a threat to Ghana. Listen to... No, you don't want to say that. Foster Dramna says, yet Hannah has turned the PRO, Linquist and Asha leading delegations to the chief imam. And then Nana Kwabna says, Madam, please do yourself a favor and stop talking. And Moses Abban says, so the Minister of Foreign Affairs claims she's not privy to certain aspects of this deal. Kojo Yangsing also claims the Attorney General says she's not privy to the details of this deal. These are very important people who hold critical portfolios. Then we move on to the other post we have on this issue. And this has to do with what the Interior Minister has had to say. And Musa Gomda says, Masa, Ghana is not a Christian country. It's a Christians-dominated country. And there's a difference between Christian country and Christians-dominated. I don't know why this comes in. Drafo says, balance the compassion you have with common sense. Very logical, and it's a clear indication that most of our leaders today are intellectually deficient. The whole Gitmo brouhaha was ill-informed. The whole foreign minister was not aware, so do the interior minister and the whole parliament too were not privy to their coming, let alone religious leaders. Where are we going as Ghanaians? And Danny Quatin says, the president says, I'm a Christian and so I must show compassion. Not everyone is a Christian, so we must take note of that. If Ghana was a Christian nation, then case closed. Ghana is not a Christian state. We don't use the Holy Bible in governing the state. It is a secular state that uses the Constitution. The Constitution didn't talk about compassion when the Anti-Terrorism Act was being passed. So those are some of the comments that have come through.
A lot of that comment also coming on Facebook, and I take this from Michael Amening. He says, so is the Minister of Interior telling us that he being the security couple of Ghana was not privy to the security information of these two detainees who are now settled in Ghana? Our President Mohammed and his government is hiding vital information from Ghanaians, and they're just gambling the security of its citizens. This one says, thanks to Reverend Emmanuel Asante for his opinion on the Gitmo detainees issue. All we are asking for are truthful answers to our questions because we are scared. Ghana does not belong to the executive arm of government. It belongs to all of us. This is from Afua in Accra. This one also coming in says, it's sad NDC leadership are all denying that they are not fully part of the negotiation. And this one from Lucy Jones from Tema says, if I was a pastor, I would have sought audience with the Gitmo detainees, preached the word to them, and help them get salvation. Restitution will be my priority. What about you? Well, and this one also says, this government is a joke. This Rich, I don't know where you're sending this message from. Next time, try and tell us where you're sending from. And this one also says, it's coming from Sly. It says, our person only realizes he's an executive president when he's negotiating with Obama on terrorists. Can't he exercise the same executive power on Woyome? Look at the story he shared about the ex-military leader, now a civilian leader. Did he not say, as a commander-in-chief of armed forces, he cares about our security more than anyone in the country? Is Woyome not a threat to our financial security? These are some of the messages coming on WhatsApp, but we're still not moving away. You want to say something?
I want us to look at, one of the people who sent you WhatsApp messages mentioned what
Reverend Asante
has had to say. So I just want to read a bit of it on
what he said.
my Joy Online. So Chairman of the National Peace Council is warning against religious polarization on the issue of the ex-Guantanamo Bay detainees. Most Reverend Professor Emmanuel Asante says people should not jeopardize national peace and harmony by fanning religious flames in the debate over whether Ghana should reject or accept the two detainees. And he was speaking on Joy Newsnight. He said, we should not allow our positions to make the situation worse and for brothers and sisters to see themselves as enemies, he warned and said, I don't think we should use religion as a means of addressing this issue. Security of the nation should be the prime concern of all of us.
Exactly.
And we do not accept people just because they belong to our religion, or we do not reject them just because they do not belong to our religion. But we should look at it in terms of the security
of the nation. I think I agree with him, seriously. I'm not happy about the way we want to take a religious turn to these issues. I think it's rather putting us on a dangerous ground.
I do agree with you.
Yeah. So we're still talking about the Guantanamo Bay detainees. The Chief Imam Alhaji Usman Nuhu Shaributu is backing government's call for Ghanaians to accept the two ex-Gitmo detainees without fears. This was after a government delegation led by the foreign minister met with the Chief Imam. We visited the largest Muslim community to see what they made of this.
Ghana is a land of peace. We thank the Almighty God for the appreciation and the willingness that Americans saw in Ghana, because they know that Ghana is a peaceful country among the whole world. They do not want to any place and demand where they are going to keep the people that they came to Ghana. That even is a credit to our nation.
We are welcome them. When you go into our Quran, God said, Al-Muslim, how Muslim? Because we Muslim, we are like one mother, one father. We are colleagues, and all the Christian. We are not yes, we are all together. We are welcome them 100%. We have to organize ourselves, then we jubilate, then we thank God.
I think that is one of the reckless decisions that the government has taken. It's putting the lives of Ghanaians at risk. In the first place, I think that he should have consulted widely. I read this afternoon in the net that about 116 detainees who have been released went back to terrorism. We should show compassion to ourselves first.
As a Ghanaian, I feel good that we are going to aid to rehabilitate them, get them back to normal life. So I think it's something good.
All right, so let's see your messages coming on Facebook, Israel. What do we have?
So we posted
over there?
this one there. Let's accept the Gitmo 2, Chief Imam pleads. And Isaac Coleman says, I don't think this so-called chief is okay. Morgan Mante says, after taking the money from Tete, oh no. Newman Stanley says, yo, we hear you, Chief Imam, but we deserve some respect by being informed before anything, but the harm is already done. God bless Ghana. Joanna Tete says, I said it all, Ghana, before these so-called terrorist strike, we will terrorize this country ourselves. Ghanaians, let's wise up and stop these needless attacks on our elderly people whenever they speak their minds. Their consequence could be dreadful. Nabi Abdul says, they are accepted already, Sheikh. If anybody disagrees, that person can go to Togo or Burkina Faso. These people have no bad plans against Ghana, but the evil among Ghanaians will provoke them. Ya Allah, make them live peaceful in Ghana without
Ya
any negative.
Allah.
Ya Allah. Okay, thanks. Eben Saki says, Chief Imam, don't tell us to accept them because they are Muslims. John Mahama never showed respect to parliamentarians. He should have forwarded this move to Parliament, but he felt so big. Paulus says, my Muslim friend, and you refer to as Manu, my Muslim friend and schoolmate, may Allah bless you for your fair submission on this sensitive issue. We all know Christians and Muslims in this country are in good terms. However, if we don't pray hard, this issue under review will surely bring that peace and harmony we're enjoying now to an end. And indeed, it's true. I mean, Christians and Muslims work together. I mean, I work with you.
We coexist.
We coexist.
Where's this coming from?
We share stuff. We share meals.
Stuff.
And
we
eat kinky together.
And the fun with which we eat the kinky is so nice. So where's this coming from? It's just going to jeopardize the peace we're enjoying. So let's not put ourselves in that. Let's see the messages coming on Facebook. The Chief Imam must rest assured. He says these detainees ain't going anywhere. John Dramani Mahama won't take any decision that will jeopardize the security of our dear nation. As for the Christian leaders' condemnations, the least said about it, the better. This from Barima, Cuba. And then this one says, Allah bless you, Theresa Kwame Bunkrungu. I don't know why you're saying that. This is coming from Salma Tamale. He says, the Quran says that Muslims are brothers to each other, but not terrorists. Well, that's what Salma is saying. And this one is from Emma Kwesi from Akosombo. She says, I'm not surprised no one knew. The president lied to us, claiming they played no operational role. If he's not receiving any financial benefit, then which money are they using to cater for them? We're told that the Americans will take care of their food and their stay in Ghana. So that's what we've been told. Dr. Abuama shamelessly clothed himself in religious propaganda to chide Bishop Boone. So this country is now a joke. In their bid to get support, they play the Christian-Muslim card. That's
there are a few more comments on Twitter I'd like us to take. Poster Boy says, not about being compassionate about others. We should cut our coat according to our size. Detainees in Ghana, problems are still on board. So how can we take other people's problems on our shoulders? And we have some other poster boy again talking about entertainment when we're talking about Stonebwoy. It says Stonebwoy did very well in 2015, but I think Bisakade worked harder in 2015. He deserves the award. And Raymond says, so is the Interior Minister saying he was not privy to discussions regarding the upkeep of the ex-Gitmo detainees? Mr. President, why? And the President expressed compassion towards the detainees. He needs to show same compassion to us by relieving us of wicked taxation. And then I also posted for your information, apparently Oman, next, the Gulf states, is next after Ghana to take in Gitmo detainees. So today they took in 10.
Yeah. Yes.
And that story is here. I tweeted a story there. So it's by The Hill. Pentagon releases 10 detainees from Guantanamo to Oman, and it's supposed to be the largest single transfer to one country. Under President Obama.
Right, so we're still interacting. I'm sure you have your gadgets ready. Send the messages coming in. We'll read them. We'll take a break. We'll continue with the discussions. Welcome back. This is the most authoritative platform, J&I, on Joy News Prime. Now, we're moving away from the Gitmo detainees, and we're talking about another serious issue. It's got to do with narcotic drugs. And because according to the Narcotic Control Board, NACOP, Sekendita Krade Metropolis in the Western region leads in Indian hemp smoking and peddling in the country. The board revealed that the illegal drug was also highly cultivated in Bono Ahafo and Volta regions. Mr. Felix Safo, the Bono Ahafo regional head of NACOP, who disclosed this, said radical intervention is required to bring the situation under control. Let's see what you have been saying on Facebook and on WhatsApp. We start with Facebook. What's going on?
So Aisha says, funny lies. Maybe Accra leads. Why? We don't do anything correct in Ghana, especially when it comes to data collections or gathering. Abdullah says, what about Accra? I think Accra leads in we. Sumani says, disastrous. What are the police doing? In fact, the laws of Ghana are not working at all. Mutala Imam says, nonsense. No one should think that Ghana is just a one religious nation. No, as far as we're concerned, and in the interest, okay, this has to do with some other comment. I think he's reiterated it. And so Sister Palmer says, who was the research analyst in collecting this data? Isaac Coleman says, that's great news. Unquenchable fire burning higher into the highest. And Mal says, they lie. I think Accra leads. Frank says, those activities about we is rampant in this country. Okay, Samuel KJ says, Tadi, we always the best, Lord. We, Elias Abantete, Kwamwa, I don't know.
Let's see messages coming from on WhatsApp. I think the Gitmo detainees issue is still trending. I don't have any message on the narcotic drugs. Rafiu from Boko says, I think this is very bad, accepting a tourist in Ghana. It's bad. I suggest that they should send them back from where they are coming from. Papanko from Tamale says, weed is being cultivated and used by many people in Ghana. I'm not surprised at all. And this one says, well, I don't know what this one is trying to say. Israel, what do you have to say?
There's this photo on our Facebook page. People can go and check it out. So it's a photo of actress Messi Siedu and the husband, Nana Jimang Bedu, chief of Kunsu in the Ahafo North-South district in the Ashanti region. And they're, you know, displaying their love and romance right there. And my understanding is that it was Messi Siedu, the actress, who posted the images. So there are more photos actually, and you want to think it's typically you don't find chiefs doing this.
Yeah.
So
it's a bit
odd that you find the chiefs, a chief going all out there, having it,
the Western way
with a wife. Well,
well, that's why I draw the curtain for Joy News Interactive. I've enjoyed my stay with you because it was really interactive. Let's meet same time tomorrow and we'll do our own thing. My name is Aisha O'Brien. Good evening.
Joy News